into another edition of Argo Sports Insider. I'm your host, Will Kennedy, and this is the program where each and every week we shine a light on all the fantastic things that are going on with the University of West Florida's athletic program. Well, what's hotter than hot and only getting hotter? It's not the temperatures, at least not yet, because it's only February. No, it's UWF hoops. The women's basketball team is riding a 10-game winning streak. They are moving up. They're third right now in the conference standings with an eye on that top spot. And Coach Stephanie Lawrence-Yelton has just tied the career mark for most wins by a coach in program history. The Argos picked up 2 more wins last week, topping both West Georgia and Spring Hill to run the win streak to double digits. Zoe Pillar led the way with 24 points in the 71-57 win over the Wolves, adding 10 rebounds for the double-double. Jacqueline Jarnett joined her with 18 and 10 in the game. Haley Luttrell hit for 17, dropping 5 three-pointers. The Argos picked up a road win on Saturday as they beat Spring Hill 75-60 for Coach Yelton's 183rd win at UWF. Jarnett went off with 24 points and 18 rebounds. Jack is the GSC Player of the Week once again. Pillar had 21 and 12 in the win. Mariah Taylor and Jaden Langford were both in double digits with 16 and 10 respectively. The Argos are now 15 and 5 overall and 14 and 3 in GSC play.
Super proud of our team coming in last week and having 2 games, one a conference game, a home conference game, and another on the road non-conference game. Those games could have been easy to overlook, especially the non-conference game, especially going into this week and what we've got to do with travel this week. But our team did an exceptional job of preparing for those 2 games. I thought we got great performances out of multiple players. Again, our defense is really looking good, although I think we can do a few things better. I liked our shot selection, although we didn't shoot the ball extremely well. Shot selection was great. Free throws down the stretch were good. So we're putting things together that can continue us on this, 10-game win streak. There's things teams have to do to continue to win, and I think our team is finding those in each additional game that we play and finding those opportunities to succeed. Yeah, we're hitting that stretch in conference play where we've got 3 really tough road games in a row, 2 of those being this weekend to head to Union and Christian Brothers. It's the longest trip in our conference, and so for the challenge is getting our players on that bus, keeping them focused. We've got some weather conditions that we are keeping an eye on, so a little bit different travel for this weekend in that respect. But I think our team's fired up. Like, if you can't get fired up to play the big, dogs in your conference, then I don't know if you have a heartbeat, when it comes to being a basketball player. And so I'm hoping our team shows up. They're fired up. They're ready to play. We know that both, Union and CBU have very hostile environments. They have great fan support, 2 very tough places to play. And so we've got to be super focused and super driven and understand that there's going to be some ebb and flow in the game and some things are going to happen that we can't control, but we've got to control the things we can control. And so, looking forward to that. Looking forward to kind of seeing what our team shows up to do versus some of these top teams.
It feels very rewarding. Me and my team have put in a lot of work, and I think it just shows that all our hard work is paying off. Yeah, for sure. It's not easy to put together 10 straight wins, and we've managed to do that for 10 games in a row now. And I think we finally found our groove. Everyone is kind of starring in their role right now, and it shows on the court. We're playing really good basketball right now, so it's really fun to be a part of. Yeah, these games are very crucial for end of the season, standings and all of that. We've shown that we can beat these teams, so I think just coming together as a team and playing our best basketball, because it's not going to be easy on the road, but I think we can do it.
The Argos are back in action and out on the road this week with games at 20th ranked Union and then at Christian Brothers. UWF men's basketball, they're doing some streaking too. The Argos have now won 4 straight after taking care of West Georgia on their home court in the only game of the week. Wendell Matthews earns GSC Player of the Week honors after his 24-point and 8-rebound game in that 79-75 victory over the conference-leading Wolves. Daniel Sofield hit for 22 points, including the final 6 for the Argos. Daniel moves into second place on the all-time scoring list for men's basketball in the process. Jared Dehart and David Pettit-Home were both in double digits with 11 points each. Coach Jeff Burkhammer's squad now 11-10 on the season with a 7-10 mark in conference play.
Well, it's nice to have some time to rest and maybe get some guys feeling a little bit better and beat up a little bit here and there. But it's also a time where we were playing well and we'd like to continue to play. But it also gave us a couple practices to really work on some things and maybe add a couple things to what we're doing offensively and defensively. Well, we've got more guys playing better. You know, our returning guys now are playing kind of like we thought they would play. I thought Sofield's had a really good week. Matthews, a couple very, very good games. David Pettit-Home has helped us. Jared Dehart is a post-grad kid. Wasn't here, but he's still a guy that's got a lot of experience. He's really started playing more aggressively and making some shots. So, you know, we've got some guys now that are playing kind of at the standard we thought they'd play at, and they're doing it a little bit better with consistency. And we're playing better on both ends of the floor throughout a 40-minute game. Well, going to Union, I mean, they've got good players. They've got a really talented team. They're athletic. They've played a lot of good teams well this year. We played them pretty good at home. Close game right down to the end of the game. And I feel like we match up pretty well with them. It's just got to go in and to defend well and continue to make shots. And as simple as it sounds, when you're making shots, the game is easier. And we've made shots lately, and that's a big thing. If we can make shots, I think we can get guys shots. It's just making them. And we've made the game easier because we're making shots now. Christian Brothers is always a battle just because of how they play. They're very physical. They try to bully you. And then you got to be prepared for that. And you got to combat that the right way. And hopefully we can go there and play well too. Well, Latrell hasn't played as well the last couple games, so get him going again. And if we add him into the mix with those other guys playing well, I think it really helps our team because Latrell's had a terrific season. He's played very, very well throughout the year. And we can get him kind of going again. And then the other guys, you know, Jared and Daniel and Wendell continue to play well. It makes it a little bit harder to guard. And then defensively, I think our zone has bothered some people. We've changed our zone a little bit. And going to the three-quarter court press and then getting back into a zone has bothered some folks. And hopefully we continue to change defenses now and then and make sure that we're working on making them miss.
It's been feeling good. Last week against West Georgia, it was a good game. I mean, we prepared all week, really. Coach Berg made sure that we was ready. Hard-fought win, especially climbing up the rankings right now. I actually do feel pretty good. Christian Brothers is going to be a tough win. Hopefully we can pull that through, but we got to start with Union first. And I know Union is going to be tough. They're a really good team, but we got to go one game at a time. We know we can score the ball, honestly, but our biggest problem is defense. And if we can play defense and keep everybody under their average, fight every possession, we should have a pretty good chance of winning.
The men open a 3-game road trip at Union in Jackson, Tennessee on Thursday. Swimming and diving wrapped up the regular season in the pool over in New Orleans at Division I Tulane last weekend. The 6th-ranked Argos pushed the green wave in that meet, UWF finishing first in 4 events, winning 2 relays with 2 individual wins. Amy Patterson touched first in the 50-meter freestyle, and Stephanie Marquardt came home first in the 100 fly. The Argos get a few weeks to get ready for the conference championships. Those are coming your way in mid-February. That's a look at our winter sports, but spring sports here at the University of West Florida are set to open up business here in the month of February. We'll start off with our previews on this episode of both baseball and softball. The UWF softball team is picked to finish 4th in the GSC preseason poll, and catcher Aaron Moon gets a nod on the preseason all-GSC team. Coach Ashley McLean sits down and takes a look at the season for us.
We have so many returners from last year, and a lot of them are super hungry because of how our year ended last year, and all of them, I have to say, have stepped up. And we have a very strong freshman class who has came in and stepped up. Maddie Vasquez is someone who has led on and off the field, but especially on the field being our shortstop, and Aaron Moon being behind the plate, returning as a sophomore. Overall, I mean, this whole team has stepped up, and they're super hungry to get going next week. I think out of all 3 of our pitchers that we have this year, our 2 returners are going to step up big time for us. They had a lot of innings the last year. Montana, being a junior now returning, she had a lot of innings from freshman year on. And then we have a freshman pitcher who's a lefty, Hannah Harper, who's going to be super exciting to watch this year, a fresh arm for us, and so they'll be on a great rotation. We have a lot of returners who are going to be back in that lineup, and they have pop, they have speed. We can play small ball, we can play long ball, so it's going to be super exciting to see when it all comes together next week of what we're going to really look like.
The spring has gone very well. I think that we're still getting to know each other as a team, just little by little. I think if we keep doing that, then I think we're going to work well together. I feel like right now we're extremely talented and we have that power to make a change for this season and to go far. And I really think we're going to go far if we keep working together, keep working on the little things, keep pushing ourselves, and I think we're going to do great.
UWF baseball is picked to finish 6th in the preseason GSC poll, with infielder Trent Jeffcoat and pitcher Sal Farrow both picked on the preseason All-GSC team. Coach Mike Jeffcoat tells us what to expect from the Argos this season.
Well, we're real excited. Always this time of year, there's that great amount of optimism, and I think every team and every program has it, and this team certainly has it. This team has got a close-knit bond that'll be tested when we start playing. You know, we're trying to still fine-tune, got a lot of things to improve on. Short time to get there, but they understand that, working through some soreness and things of that nature that I think every team this time of year goes through. And everybody's excited, and you know, we're ready to go, and we like the makeup of this team. Yeah, we really think we've improved the pitching staff. We're looking good to this point, and you know, they've been putting it on our hitters a little bit, and in my experience, that's a little better than the opposite. Our pitchers have been a little ahead of the hitters. I think we've got some hitting potential. Without a doubt, we've got some hitters, but we like our pitching depth, and we knew that was kind of our Achilles heel last year in the end. I think if you can obviously, you know, put your hat on the pitching and defense and give yourself a chance each night out, you can be there in the end. The guys, the core guys we have back have really shown a great leadership role, whether it be, you know, Mark Townsend and Chris Johnson to Josh Perzina to Trent Jeffcoat to Tyler Dowdy, even guys that have been in the program like, you know, Smitty, Preston Moore back from third base. You know, you got younger guys back like in Fryman, you know, all around the diamond in the outfield, and you got some pitchers that are back that, you know, can help lead as well. So that's been a good plus thing for this team. And like we say, they're going to face the adversity, and, you know, they got to see how they deal with it, and it's how the teams deal with it. It's who comes out on top. So it's their response is what matters. This team has responded well so far. Again, we got a little ways to go, but we like where we're at.
Baseball opens up play February 4th on the road at Florida Southern. Softball, they'll also be away from home. They open up the season on the 3rd of February down at Barry. We will have looks at our men's and women's tennis teams and our men's and women's golf and their previews for their spring sports coming up here in the next few weeks. That's going to do it for this episode of Argo Sports Insider. Don't forget, GoArgos.com is your home for all things University of West Florida athletics. You can look at schedules, you can look at our latest news and notes and dive into other features as well. And the Argo Armada app right there on your phone or your tablet will connect you with all our programs, including social media, and you can always follow us there. Go Argos is the home for social media, but all our respective sports usually have their own social media platforms as well. We appreciate you watching. We're always eager to bring you the latest news and notes from here at UWF, and we'll see you next time. Go Argos!
Change doesn't happen by luck or chance.
It doesn't quit, it doesn't give up.
Real change occurs in that split second, a moment of connection among people. Who will you connect with? What will you change?
What will change you?
The University of West Florida. No limits.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? Working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
What does Argo Spirit look like? Is it finding the perfect Argo outfit to show your team pride? Is it giving back while getting your pre-game grub? Or is it connecting with your community in the perfect spot? At Penn Air Federal Credit Union, it's being a proud sponsor of UWF Education, the Alumni Association, athletics, Penn Air Field, and having a spirit of communerosity. Learn more at pennair.org/aboutus.